Units of Measurement of the World, brought to you by the Fall Harbor Film and Art Association. The constant flow of time is unyielding, rapid changes from one moment to the next. Simply put, we have units of measurement to segment time. As of the making of this film, we are in the 832nd lunar year. But how big is a year exactly? Let's start a little smaller. A second is worth a count. You can count it as 1, 2, 3. 1 minute is worth 60 of those seconds, enough to let the stove warm up for morning eggs. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and there are 25 hours that make up the day. Normally, 12 and a half of those hours are light, while the others are dark. During the night, our sky is lit by the ambiance of 2 moons, known as Ignos, the harvest moon, and Curios, the blue moon. 5 days together is what we call a work week, Monday through Friday, one of these days being designated as a day of rest. 6 work weeks are in a phase, a total of 30 days. For half of the year, one moon remains larger in the night sky than the other. This is known as lunar dominance. During those 30 days of a phase, either Igus and Curios will have made a full cycle through its waxing and waning lunar phases. 9 of these 30-day phase cycles and the current moon will shift to become less dominant, while the second moon will become bigger and brighter for the next 9 months. 2 full dominant moon cycles are known as a year, or about 18 phases, or 540 days. Every 100 years marks a century. Some may even call it by era. Each era is categorized by a name. The first era of written and recorded history 800 years ago was known as the antebellum era. As of the current year, we are in an unknown era. Each is decided at the end of the century rather than the start. Seasons are defined by the weather patterns that occur during certain times of the year. During the first half of the year, when the blue moon Curios is in dominance, it's known as Curios Domina. Nights become longer than days, and weather is colder with more precipitation, especially during the last 60 days of the period known as deep winter. Continental temperatures have been known to drop around 5 to minus 25 degrees on average during nighttime. Temperatures as low as negative 95 degrees have been recorded during this period in the northern snow-capped mountains of Jima. This is thought to be the result of Curios's dominance. Many scholars believe that the cold winds and low-pressure systems caused by Curios are due to its closer position relative to our land. Believing that when the moon is closer to the continent, its naturally cold winds affect the season. During the second half of the lunar year, when the orange moon Ignos is in dominance, the temperatures rise and the clouds clear, creating the perfect time for the harvest. This is why it is known as the harvest moon. During this time, however, the tides and ocean currents become very violent and unpredictable, making it hard to effectively sail the blue yonder. This is especially true on the southern continental shelf of the Blue Alliance. As a result of the chaotic tides and currents, offshore winds often affect the mainland in this season. This is seen in the Jericho deserts as windstorms and dust bowls affect these arid lands. These winds are so brutal, it is thought by scholars, that offshore winds are the cause of the Gilded Coast's sandy dunes, carved by wind for hundreds, if not thousands of years.